All right, good afternoon. It's the 10th of April. Yes, it's snowing, but it's symbolic of New England. But we're hopeful people, and everyone keeps asking us about Doyle Field project, and we've actually closed this temporarily. And the reason is the contractor was trying to work here during construction, leave it open, but really every time, there's too many people that are using the facility, and we're worried about safety. So in the meantime, it's closed. So everyone wants to know specifically, as spring does come, and it will come, the snow's gone, what exactly is going on here. This is a $588,000 project. It's a federal land and water conservation fund. The amount of $250,000. The city matched it with $388,000. And we thank the City Council for their support on this project. Mark Bonanza is here from the City Council today, and I know a lot of them are working and couldn't make it or couldn't change their schedules. Mark was able to, so we thank you for coming. And we were only one of 11 grants awarded in the state. And we can thank Wendy Weeks, our grant administrator. She writes one heck of a grant, and we get 99.9% of the grants we apply for. And so that's a pretty good average, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even know the last time we got turned down for that. I think we applied for some grant in some other state, and they figured out we weren't in their state and we didn't get that one. So that's where the .9 comes from, .1 comes from. Anyway, the project includes walkways, and what we did is we really sort of listened. We really listened through a couple of sessions we had, and then basically comments that people have made over time on what they want to see Doyle, what's the vision for the future of Doyle, and so we listened. One of them was the walkways, and walkways just sort of happened. They were never really put in. They just sort of wore out the property, the perimeter, and that became the walkway. And then residents asked if there's any way we could leave it open all year, and because there were drainage problems and just too much snow, we couldn't. But we're building the walkways so that they're actual walkways, and that's going to be a big improvement. We have scheduled as part of the project bocce courts, bathroom upgrades. That's been one of the big deficiencies here, is we haven't really had handicap accessible restrooms, and they're very old. If you want to go back to the 1940s and 30s, all you have to do is use the restrooms, and you'll see what I mean. Concrete sidewalks at the entrance, again, making handicap accessible. Granite seating. We're standing right in the foundation of the granite seating area. New lighting here as well. Outdoor exercise equipment is another thing that people asked for, and granite distance markers and signage so people know how long they're walking as they do the perimeter. So Gil Donatelli, chair of the Doyle Field Foundation, is here. Pat LaPointe was supposed to be here, but I think he got caught up for the commission. Our representatives from R. Bates Company of Clinton, who we really appreciate. They did our landfill capping. They did our gas collection system. They did the phase 1 and 2, or just phase 2 of the Moose Knock Brook. We love working with them, and they do a great job, and they'll be out of here by May what? by June something, they'll be out of here. They'll be out of here before spring, summer. And we really work well with them. John DeStella and Ralph Case will be heading up the restrooms renovations. Andrew Leonard, who couldn't be here today for his design work. Where's Mark Penmarini? Where's Mark? Mark Penmarini, our first real engineer at the DPW, right? Great addition to here. Recreation Director Judy Sumner, and also Mikey Donatelli from the Rec Commission, Lauren Proetti, and who did I forget? Ralph Case, Dick O'Brien, who's been a staple of this project in this area for a long time, right? Since a lot of this wasn't here. And so really this has been a team effort from so many people. That's where we have fun with this, is everybody contributes and has a piece of this. So there's no one hero, it's just a bunch of people working together to get something done in a common purpose. Thousands, any nice day you can come here, thousands of people use this facility. And it's really, I think when the Doyles donated the land, I think they knew that this would be sort of the centerpiece of the community, but I didn't know if they really envisioned this possibility. And so they were our seed and our initial investors in the area, and I think they'd be pretty proud. You don't see a lot of advertising in the area here, which was something that Louise really didn't want. We've kept to that. We've really resisted commercial advertising. So we let sponsors sponsor us without having to give them anything in return. So Gil, I don't know if you want to say a few words. Is
the only time that we had sponsors become visible were on the sign. Lumberton Credit Union has been very generous with donating money since 2002 when this project began. They're on the scoreboard. That's the only vendor that we allow. And as most of you know, this project began in 2002 as a vision to build an extension over the locker room for a Hall of Fame. It became something of a $5.5 million expenditure that we've both raised money from the community, from state and federal grants, and vendors donating work for paid in kind. And like the mayor said, it's no one's a hero. It's just a lot of people, you know, coming to the rescue for the vision that we have for Doyle Field. Also here is Mikey, who's on the planning and development. Laura is a board of director and recording secretary for the Doyle Field Foundation. And as the mayor had said, Junie Sumner, Mr. Pemerini, Mark Danza. I want to point out Ralph Case, who was the current president, and I have been for a while, for the first 4 years in the initiation of this project is the result of Ralph Case getting a group together and started this whole project. And I want to call attention, if there is one hero, it's my coach from junior high school and good friend today, Ralph Case. Yeah.
306.
Yeah. What's that mean?
It's my gym shorts. 7th grade.
So that's kind of the story, folks, from down here, and we got more to do. Once this project is complete, the last phase is going to be an extension onto the existing locker room, which will be for a Hall of Fame venue of all sports in Leominster, not just football. And that last push will be the end of this project. That could be over the next 2 or 3 years. That should wrap it up.
Anybody else on deck you want to say anything? No? Anybody else? Mark, you want to comment on the behalf of the city council?
Yeah, you know, I want to, obviously, like you said, as best mayor, this has been a team effort from a lot of different entities within the city, from the city council to the Doyle Field Commission to private entities like the Doyle Field Foundation, your office, of course, and with Wendy's fine work on the grants. The DPW, a lot of people have contributed to this. I like that as I'm sitting here, I'm standing here, I'm thinking about October 10, 1931, when the field was dedicated. After
none of us were here, by the way.
Yeah, well, I've read the newspaper accounts, and I think the whole city was here on October 10th, and it's interesting to think what they would think about the field today. And I think Bernard Doyle would be proud that the gift has been appreciated and continued through the participation of many people. Of course, he got it started, but there's been a lot of work over those decades and generations of people that have kept this up. I think that's a very good indication of the vitality of the community in general, because this is an absolute important part of our community.
It's a great place. We used to say that the only time it isn't used is from like 11 at night till maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. We can't say that anymore. It's really, there's somebody here 24/7. It's an incredible facility. And more to come, and it's all done. I mean, we kept the historic part with always in mind, all the buildings in brick and all the contributions that we've received from different businesses. Most ask for no thanks at all other than to be part of it, and that's what's so wonderful about this. So anyway, we thank everybody, and again, from Bates Construction, they do great work, and I can't wait to see this finish, right? First question we ask after the bid has been awarded is, when will it be done, right? Next question. Okay, you got the bid. When's it going to be done? So in the meantime, as I said, the park will be closed simply because there's too much construction going on. If you can see to the left of where I'm standing, they're trenching, there's heavy equipment in there, they're trenching to bring in electricity for the lights. There'll be equipment all over the place, and we just don't want anybody to get hurt. So what for walkers and other people who might be using the facility, there's other play areas in town. Down at Francis Drake, there's a playland there, 3rd Street Park. and Fournier Field, and also Barrett Park for people that are, you'll find some really nice walking trails in there. So we do have other facilities for people to use. So thank you Peter for coming, LTV. We appreciate your coming out here on this beautiful spring day. It's the beginning of construction season, officially. Well, the blacktop plant. It's not official until it's open next week. Is the blacktop plant open yet? Not yet, right? The blacktop? Yeah. Did they open this week?